Om Namah Shri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraya Sachit Sukha Swarupaya Swami Neta. Revered Swami Sarvapriyananada Maharaj, the very dedicated organizers of the Vivekananda Festival, distinguished guests, delegates, and my very dear young friends. I had a speech prepared for this occasion. I was going to speak about Swami Vivekananda's multifaceted personality, his philosophy. I won't. I have set that speech aside. It's the young people here, the spirits that they showed, that they displayed here, and they're singing and dancing and reciting. I changed my mind. I'm going to speak about something entirely different. A lot of young people here. Let me see. How many under 21? How many under 21? Raise your hand. How many under 21? I can see some there, and some there. There are some there, and some are outside. Yes. All right. And I'm going to speak to you, and I'm going to speak to the young at heart. So that I think everybody else. How many are young at heart? Oh, everybody is young at heart. All right. So I'm going to say something. I will share something with you which I saw 25 years ago. I heard and I saw 25 years ago, and I never forgot. So I'm going to speak about that, and I'm sure that once you hear this, and you see this, and you experience it for yourself, you won't forget it either. 25 years ago, I was a young brahmachari in our Ramakrishna Mission Vidyapit in Deoghar. At that time it was in the state of Bihar, now it's in the state of Jharkhand. And a famous management consultant, a management guru, happened to pass through. He was just traveling because Deoghar is a pilgrimage place, so he was there on pilgrimage, and he came to the ashram, and we asked him to speak to the students. Because he was a well-known motivational speaker, so he said, could you say something to the young boys there who were in what you would call year 10? He said, I have only 5 minutes. I have to go and catch a train. So he said, all right, 5 minutes. Just say something in 5 minutes. And what he said in those 5 minutes, I have not forgotten for 25 years. What he said, I will share with you. But you'll have to do what I say. Are you ready? Okay. So that's what he said. When the students had gathered in the library, I was with the students. They were teenagers. He said to them, do this with me. And he said, raise your hands. Raise your hands. Okay, raise them further. Put your hands down. Now, he said, I have shown you something which reveals to us a great secret about human nature. What is that? He said, notice that when I asked you to raise your hands, you all raised your hands, and when I asked you to raise them further, you all raised it further, which means at the very first time when I asked you to raise your hands, you did not raise them to the fullest possible extent. And the secret is this, that whatever we do in life, we do not do it to the best of our ability. Whatever we do in life. So there is always room for improvement, except very young children. Very young children, if you ask them to raise their hands, they will go full. Now, there is of course physically a limit to how much you can raise your hands, but there is no limit to how much we can improve ourselves. So what he said was, every day, the 3 key messages of Swami Vivekananda, the 3 H's, the head and the heart and the hand. Every day, consider how I can improve my thinking, my feeling, and my work. So every day, how will I improve? How will I study better? How will I improve my thinking? More positivity, more concentration. Thinking, the head. And feeling for others. Swami Vivekananda stressed the heart above everything else. Our feeling for others, which is expressed in our behavior, our language towards others. He was talking to young children, so he said, how you behave with your friends, how you behave with your brothers and sisters at home, how you behave with your teachers and the school staff and other members of the community. How can I improve it? How can I make a change in my language, in what I do, so that I can express my feelings towards them better? And my work, hands. Swami Vivekananda used to say that we Indians are very emotional, we are also very intelligent, but we are unable to work together. So this ability to work and to work together, improving our action, the work that we do in life. It could be study, it could be play, it could be our profession, it could be something at home or in the community. So the improvement in the 3H, and how do you do it? A little bit every day. Every day improve a little bit. 5 minutes, he said that. And I'm sure all the boys who were there 25 years ago, they wouldn't have forgotten it till today. If we do that, within few days, within few weeks and months, we will see a great change, a great improvement in our lives. What do you mean by improving the head, heart and hand? I will share with all of you, especially with the young people, and I'm going to ask you. So listen carefully. I've got my eyes on you. I know where you are now. I saw where you are sitting. So I'm going to ask you. 3 things I'm going to share from Swami Vivekananda. And what are those 3 points? Listen carefully. The first thing Swami Vivekananda said was faith in yourself. He said, the old religion said the one who does not believe in God is an atheist. But the new religion, the religion of today, says the one who does not believe in oneself, one who does not believe in himself is an atheist. Faith in oneself. Remove all these words. That I cannot do it, it is impossible. Remove all these words from your vocabulary. I can. If somebody else can do it, then you can do it. And if somebody else cannot do it, then even more so, perhaps you can do it. So this idea that to have faith in oneself, the ability the ability that I will convert my dreams into reality through faith in oneself. I was just thinking, faith in God and faith in oneself, which is more important? And I found the answer in the writing of Mahatma Gandhi, where he writes in a letter, he says that it's only those who have faith in themselves who can truly have faith in God. If you believe strongly in yourself, you can strongly believe in and trust God. That's the first thing, faith in yourself. Are you listening? Yeah. Faith in yourself. The second thing Swami Vivekananda stressed was have a high goal in your life, an aim in your life. What is your aim in life? If I ask the young people present here, I'm sure you could give, just like you gave fine little speeches here, you could give a fine speech about what should be our aim in life. But if I ask you right now, what is your aim in life? I've seen often the response is, my aim in life, nothing specifically, I'm just doing what my parents told me to do and what my friends are doing. But why? What is your aim in life? Where are you going? If you step out of Logan Hall and you take a cab, a taxi, and he says, where to? And you say, I don't know, just go along the way you're going. You would never do that. You'd always say, I want to go there and I want to take this particular route. You would even be so specific. But for our life, we do that. It reminds me of this story I had heard in a village. A gentleman is galloping on a horse, and he gallops past, rides the horse, and this man is standing by the roadside, and he says to this man who thunders past on the horse, and he asks, sir, where are you going in such a hurry? And that man looks back from the horseback and he says, I don't know, ask the horse. That's what's happened to us. We are on the horse which we call our life. Where is it going? I don't know. I'll tell you this thing. I often used to tell students there, you go to the monastery in Belur Math where our monks live, and you see lots of monks. Some are wearing this orange robe like Swamiji and myself. Some are young newcomers, novices wearing a white dress. I would say to the students, look, go there and ask any monk, anybody, from the one who has come yesterday, the newest, youngest novice, to the senior-most monk, the president of the order, ask them this question, what is your aim in life? You will get an answer immediately. You get an answer immediately. Atmano mokshartham jagathitaya cha. We have come here for our own spiritual realization and for the welfare of the world. I mean, that's almost obvious, because otherwise why would you become a monk? If you become a monk, you already have an aim in life. See, this having an aim in life transforms an ordinary person into an extraordinary person. All our energies, our thoughts, our powers are marshaled and concentrated by the very fact that we have an aim in life. If you have an aim in life, decisions become much easier, because you refer everything back to your aim in life. Will it help me to achieve my purpose? What should be my aim in life? Often many students ask, young people ask, what should be my aim in life? And Swami Vivekananda has an answer. Your aim in life, let it be your highest, let it be your highest goal, your own highest goal, your own goal, your own aim in life. What motivates you? Listen to everybody, to parents, to teachers, to people in society, and after all of that, what we like, take from that the best one, the noblest one, the highest one, and let that be your aim in life. And it can change. You can have an aim in life now, and over the years you can evolve and can become something higher and even better. But all the time, we should be clear. People may not ask us, but when I ask myself, do I have a goal, a purpose in life right now? Yes, I have. So they have an aim in life. Faith in yourself, number one, and an aim in life, a high goal or a purpose in life. And third and last, Swami Vivekananda gave great importance to concentration, to ability to focus, concentration. Recently, and it has become a big issue these days. Daniel Goleman, who many of you have heard of, spiritual quotient, emotional quotient, the IQ and the EQ. He was the one who popularized the term emotional quotient, EQ. But his latest book, Daniel Goleman's latest book, is on concentration. The name of the book is Focus. And he said a lot of parents and a lot of teachers and young people have come to me and keep saying that there is a crisis of attention in our society. One of the reasons, of course, is this thing. So the problem of the internet and the digital devices, those children are stuck to their devices. I remember the last time, and the first time we visited the United Kingdom, that was in 2015. I was here in London and giving a talk on the Bhagavad Gita, and I quoted from one of the Upanishads saying that we are unable to attain enlightenment because our senses flow outwards. We see the world out there, we do not see our inner self, quoting from the Katha Upanishad. After I sat down, the chairperson, a very erudite lady, she stood up and she said, I think Swami is wrong. She said, if people looked outside, that would still be all right. But all the people are not even looking outside. They're all looking at the screen nowadays. So there's a crisis of attention. It is true, there's a crisis of attention. And Swami Vivekananda said, he gave tremendous importance to concentration. He said the difference between an ordinary person and a great person lies in the degree of concentration. Swami Vivekananda himself had extraordinary powers of concentration. His disciple Sharat Chandra, when he came to Belur Math, you see Swami Vivekananda reading the Encyclopedia Britannica. And in those days, there were formidable volumes. It would occupy a whole shelf. And of course, today's children are not impressed because for them the encyclopedia is on a website or a little disc. Sharat Chandra said, Swamiji, it's impossible for one man to read all of these volumes in one life. And Swami Vivekananda said, what are you saying? I've finished 9 volumes and I'm on the 10th. Ask me anything from those 9 volumes. And Sharat Chandra actually did that. He randomly picked out the volumes and asked from here and there. And he writes in his reminiscences, Swami Vivekananda answered all my questions, many times, down to the last comma and full stop in the same language. I was amazed. Swami Vivekananda said it's possible for anybody. The key factor is concentration. He said purity and concentration is the secret of this. So concentration. How do you improve concentration? Again, Swami Vivekananda. do whatever you are doing with the fullest possible attention. This is a simple, there's a lot to understand. There are at least three books which I can recommend. One is, of course, Daniel Goleman's Focus, which is the latest book. Another is Mihai Csikszentmihalyi's Flow, a book on attention, Flow. Another one is Winifred Gallagher. It's called Rapt, R-A-P-T, Rapt. So they all deal with the psychology of attention. But Swami Vivekananda gives the essence, the secret. Do whatever you are doing with the fullest possible attention. One student asked me, I understand that, but I understand that when I'm studying, I should study with the fullest possible attention. But when I'm watching a movie, when I'm gossiping with my friends, or when I'm texting, why do I need the fullest possible attention? There also Swami Vivekananda has the answer. He says, remember, it is the same mind. Remember, it is the same mind. We have only one mind. I remember that Swami Satyarupanandaji, he was giving a talk to young college students and he was explaining this. He says, suppose you take your father's razor and then you sharpen your pencil with it. After that, will your father be able to shave? He said, no. Why? Because the razor has lost its edge. Similarly, the mind, if you let it loose throughout the day, doing whatever it wants, thinking whatever it wants to do, to think, when you need it to concentrate, when you need it to focus, at that time, the mind will say, I won't focus. I'm not used to doing this. It becomes blunt. So the habit of focusing, the habit of concentration, it has to be cultivated throughout the day. It should become a natural thing. So concentration, that is the key. He says the difference between a great person and an ordinary person. I have been in education for the last 20-25 years. First I was teaching school children, then I was teaching college kids, I was teaching, and then I taught monks also. So from school kids to monks, I have seen one thing, and this is something shared by all teachers. Those who excel, they have this power of intense concentration. They may do anything else, but at the time when they are studying or they're doing their work, they can get absorbed in it, they can focus. I have seen this across the board, school, college, university level. So the power of concentration. Okay, I'm done. Let me ask you. I've got my eyes on you. I know where the kids are. So, development of the head, heart and hand. But do it little by little, every day. That's one thing. Remember that one thing. That is the key to, exactly. This is the gentleman there showing me. The key to self-development. Now the three important points which I shared with you. Who remembers? The first point, faith in yourself. Yes, who said that? Yes. Faith in yourself. Yeah, she said it. Yeah, I know you. Bihu, right? Okay. The second point, aim of life. What did you say? Aim of life. Yes, you're right. She's right. Aim of life. Have a high aim in life. It should be your own highest goal in life. And third and last, very important, concentration. Yes, everybody's got it. Thank you very much. I'm so happy to be here this evening with you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Namaskar.
Can you just hold on to your seats for a couple more minutes, please? Swami Sarvapriyananada, why did you finish so quickly? You ask everybody in this audience, they will say, why did you finish so quickly? I would have sat down there to listen to you even for an hour. We'll have round two by popular demand. This was phenomenal. It just was phenomenal. I don't have words to express. I heard about Swami Sarvapriyananada from many places, and this is the first time that I've heard him. And my only question to him when he was getting down, There won't be a next time, Swamiji. We'll try to listen to you when you are here again. This time. Thank you very much. Keep faith in yourself. Aim high in life. Concentration. Focus. What more do you want? Thank you once again. Okay, over to you.
Those who wanted to hear more, well, there is good news. Not now. Don't look so horrified. Next Sunday at the Vedanta Society, at the Ramakrishna Vedanta Center in Burnen, Buckinghamshire. You can Google it. Many of you know it, and those who do not know it. Next Sunday, 28th July at 4:30, there's going to be a talk on Ashtavakra. I can guarantee you'll get enough of Advaita to fill your hearts. So that's next Sunday, 28th, 4:30. Do turn up. It's open admission. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Swamiji. Before we have our break for prasad distribution, may I call upon Mr. Binu Bhatt to give the vote of thanks. Once again, Swamiji, you are phenomenal. Thank you.
All our revered friends, wonderful guests and friends. First of all, I would like to thank to our audience who have participated in our program. Such festival would not be possible to be arranged if there is no support and cooperation from our kind and culture abroad. I sincerely thank them once again.